Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What is up, good people? How are you doing? My name is Jeremy Wade. I am the chief content writer at BAM, that is Black American Market. Super excited to be here for another episode of a phenomenal interview series. We have a phenomenal young and interesting business joining us tonight. Shout out everybody that's joining us right now. Momentum Venue, I see you. I'm going to wave at you right now. I'm going to let you get your bearings together. Tonight, I'm going to be interviewing a phenomenal company called Momentum Venue. This company is extraordinary, exquisite. It's sophisticated. I'm super excited to have them. I feel honored. I feel like I got my notepad and my pen right here, ready to take notes about how they've been able to strive and thrive amid this pandemic. So, if you in the live right now, I just need to set the atmosphere. I need to set the presence right now for Momentum Venue to come up here, drop these gems, and be able to just let us know like what they're doing and how they're doing it and why they're doing it. I mean, this is such a phenomenal company. So let me know what city you rep in. Let me know what state you rep in. I see MB just dropped those gems. Thank you so much. I see the fire emojis. I see how you feeling, MB. I'm going to go ahead and invite my guest up here so we can get this interview kicking and get it started. I want you to do me one small favor. Go ahead and share this live with your top 5 friends. Share it with your top 5 friends because we're going to get to some gems. We're going to get into some interesting topics. And I'm going to let you all know what it is, what it ain't, and what you need to know. And ooh, it's going to be so good. Let me invite my guest up here tonight. So it's going to be, Jeremy Wade, chief content writer for Black American Market. Super excited to be here with you all tonight. I'm honored to be able to interview this amazing guest tonight, Momentum Venue. I've heard a lot of great things about them, and I'm just super excited to hear what they have to say. I said I already, you ain't gotta let me know. I got my notepad and I got my pen. So I hope you all do too. I see we got Detroit in the building. We got who else we got? We got North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina. Let me know. Keep dropping your city and your state while I wait for my guests. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna drop where I'm from in the comments real quick. Let you all know. VA in the house all day. So I see, she's accepted, my request. So I'm gonna, get to this interview, man. I see Florida in the building. Okay, I was in the MIA. Let's see. Okay, we I see a lot of great, a lot of great people out here. What's up? Okay, shout out. Okay, I see it. Let's see. Okay, so we got it. What's up? What's up? What's up? How are you?
The introduction. I'm here smiling. I said phenomenal.
Yeah, exquisite. You already know.
I
Hey,
appreciate
we gotta get you right. They gotta know, how the vibes is, because
it.
that's how we come. It's black excellence and
That's right.
black power, black ownership out here. We doing it different. We
That's
coming
right.
with the big vibe. So go
Sure.
ahead, man. Please introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are, what you do, and why you serve, please.
Sure. So thank you so much for having me this evening. My name is Leslie Walker. I am the owner of Momentum Venue. We are an event venue here located in Greensboro, North Carolina, serving the community. And yeah, it's about 2 years in business, like you said, thriving and striving through this pandemic. So, like I said, it's been very interesting. It's been an interesting journey of, just becoming a business owner. But I definitely thank you for the lovely intro. That was great.
Oh yeah, that's what we do here at Black American Market. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. We all about love and embracing our own. We got to uplift our Black community. We all we got. So let's start it off nice and simple. Like what inspires you to start this amazing business? Because I really want to get into the mindset of who I interview. Because like it's a mindset thing for me right now. You got to be what inspires you.
It is. I should have worn my shirt that says "Mindset is everything" from a
Hey,
venture about pop-up shops. But nevertheless, so actually, So I've been, working in corporate, and I'm sure a lot of us, have had those corporate jobs, and you're thinking like, there has just like got to be more. There's got to be more than this. Friday night you're like, all right, everyone have a great weekend, and then Monday you're back in the office, right? So, what is it, about maybe 4 years ago, my husband my husband got a job. He's in aviation. So he was like, hey, we ended up moving from Pennsylvania. He found a new position in North Carolina. So we moved to North Carolina. My job was not transferable. So I'm like, oh man, I need a job. I need a job. So I don't know if anyone knows, but cost of living is about what, 23. It may be different now, but back then it was like 23% lower than what it is, up north. So I was like, oh man, like, what am I going to do? I'm used to making, X amount of money. And the jobs I'm looking at, they're like $35,000, $40,000 less.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, we have kids. So, you just stay at home. I'm like, stay at home. That's not what I was thinking of. So, I'm browsing Instagram and I come across Nehemiah Davis's Event Space Secret Course. Um,
Okay.
so I watch it. I hear, investment. I'm like, oh, investment, that always sounds like very scary. Like, oh, I can't invest. I don't have money to invest.
Mm.
And a few months later, it pops up again. I'm on Instagram. It pops up again. I said, okay, let me take a look at it because it's popping up again. So maybe
Mm.
that's something. And the rest is history. I invested. I was scared. It was a huge, 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 huge leap of faith.
That's
Um,
what I said. You just took the words out of my mouth. It's not fair. You finishing my sentences here. It's not fair. Took a leap of faith.
I took a leap of faith, and it's something that I knew nothing at all about. So we jumped into it. 2019, I think we signed our lease in 2020.
Okay.
It's been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing journey. Um, there's a Facebook group. Everybody is, venue owners. We all are, like-minded individuals.
Love it.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it really just came from me not finding a job when we
I love it.
moved.
Okay.
Trying to how am I going to maneuver around? Because I really don't want to stay at home with the kids. I love them, but
Yes.
that's not what I want to do.
Hey, hey,
Me too.
I take my little nephews and then I give them back. That's the key right
Yeah,
there. That's
can't
the that's the major key. DJ Khaled voice, right? No, but look, I really want to dive into some of the key words that you said because as a writer, it hit home for me, right? You said a lot of great things. You mentioned a lot about just like ownership. Like you mentioned a lot about like you could have took a lease out on the property. You could have looked into, renting it, but you wanted to own it. What's that feeling of ownership like for you? Like,
So I do, when I say own, I should say, I mean, it's my business, but I do lease the space.
okay, okay,
Um,
okay,
but definitely looking into acquiring, into owning an event space would probably be either our second or our third space.
okay.
Mhm.
Got you. So we manifesting it. We're gonna speak it into existence right now. We're not gonna even take it's in the air. We're gonna work towards it, right? So how is the feeling of leasing? And how is the action of going towards ownership? How is that like for you? Like as you plan in 2022, as you apply the knowledge that you're learning actively, how are you actively like being able to achieve your goals? Because you out here striving and thriving, like you said. How is that?
Thank you. It's an interesting, I don't say journey, but experience, I say, to lease, because you also have to know the terminology, when you're talking to these landlords. So in the beginning of, when you're going out and you're searching, similar to our house, but you have a realtor. You can use a realtor when you're going to lease or own, your property, excuse me. But um, you have to know the lingo. You have to know some of the terminology, because the landlords, the property managers, they'll be able to figure out like, not all landlords want event spaces because when you tell them event space, all they hear is like party, and then therefore they start thinking, oh, people could trash the space. But when
Mhm.
it comes to leasing, and probably no different than ownership, I think more of leasing, because it's not yours, you don't own it. Um, you have to show your property manager, your landlord, whoever you're renting from, that you're going to take good care of your space, just as I expect our clients to take great care of the space in the duration that they're there. So to move into ownership, it's a scary thing. It's a scary thing. to even think about like I was just working a corporate job only, I don't know what, maybe 4 years ago. I ended up doing some consulting work for them. But, to think about, wow, like I was just working corporate. Okay, I did some consulting. We're leasing a space for an event space. Like, can I really purchase a space? Because right now, what we've been in this pandemic in 2 years. So when you think about ownership, just as you're owning a house, everything is on you. So versus leasing, I don't have to pay for anything HVAC related, So the same thing, I think, the same um, concerns that you would have when you go to purchase a home. You got to have some money saved for those days when something goes out of commission, and I can't call up, my property manager like, hey, the air conditioning's not working. I need to fix it. Okay, and that's all on me. So I'm definitely manifesting it. I'm definitely excited about it, but it definitely is a huge leap. But I'm like, hey, if I took this leap of faith, a leap of faith clothing.
Exactly, exactly. And that's what I love. I love just not only how we're manifesting with our actions, but with our words and our thoughts. And so, one of the things that I love about the Black American market is that it's a resource and a hub and a community. How have you been able to create a sense of community within your business?
So, outside of, us renting out space, event space for, your traditional private parties, birthday parties, baby showers, gender reveals, Um, again, also still being somewhat new, to the area. Building some type of community was definitely very important to us when we opened up the space. So, we have monthly pop-up shops. We probably host about maybe 12 to 15, give or take, businesses every month on a monthly basis. So for this year, pop-up shops are the fourth Sunday of each month, 2 to 6 p.m. So we have about 12 to 15 vendors that come out. And we've been doing that for a year. About a year. I think last year we had maybe 100, businesses that we've had opportunity to meet. And I think, excuse me, I think it's a great way to be able to serve the community because there's a lot of business owners that have started their business through the pandemic. So not only do we just uh, have our space where, you can come and you can, lay your table out and show your products and your services. But, we also like to know a little bit about you. Like, hey, like you said, so, how do you start your business? You have to network. So I think the pop-up shops have really been just a great way for us to learn about the community. And hey, we have, like I said, we're in Greensboro. So we have business owners who come from Charlotte, Raleigh, you name it. And it's a great way for us to network with them as well, aside from them networking with us. So, and aside from that, we're going to try to start some, I think, business networking mixers, because again, from meeting these businesses who come to the pop-up shop, you also learn like, hey, they also may not know about um, business funding, setting up business accounts. Most
Mhm.
of them pop-up shop, all they know is they want to get their products out and that's it. And you start to learn there's a lot of things that come with the business. Is your business properly structured? How can you apply for grants? Is your business registered, where you can apply for grants? So,
Exactly.
and a lot of venues are just an event venue, but I think that's something that we definitely pride ourselves with is being a venue that allows the community to come out, once a month.
Yeah, no, I think for me, what what stood out to me and what you said is that like sometimes we have event spaces and venue spaces that only see when they give out their spaces, they see them as people, about to throw parties and do things like of that nature. Like, how have you been able to transcend the 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 look and the feel of, or let's go for one of these words that I love, the ambiance of
Right.
how someone might come to your venue and say, yes, this is where I want to book. Like, how have you been able to transcend that ambiance?
So first I'll say I think it's location. I'll say it's location, and then probably second is the ambiance. So a lot of our clients are located probably within 5 to 10 minutes of our space. So convenience is key. Not a lot of people really want to travel 25, 35 minutes or out of the town, to go into an event. So for us, our first thing is location. Um, like I said, most of our clients are really close to us. So for them, it's convenient. It's convenient for most of their guests. So when it comes to the ambiance, um, So the ambiance would be different for Momentum Venue 2 and 3. So this space is, so it's pretty much like a blank canvas. So I always say we're a white blank canvas space. It's white walls. It's bare white walls, and it really allows for decorators and even clients, who decorate themselves, to come in and, transform the space into however they would like, because we don't have any pictures. Some spaces are more formal. They have like pictures on the wall, or they may have, I don't know, the walls may be a certain color. So, we don't want anything to, mesh with the client's decor. So really just keeping it a white blank canvas space is really just key for us. So, but, we're learning, again, ambiance is nice. Now,
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of the clients, they really just want a nice, comfortable, budget-friendly space.
Mm.
So we also try to make sure that we are affordable. And again, manifesting space number 2 and space number 3, the ambiance would be much different. But ambiance definitely does play a I guess I'll say a huge factor in a client's decision, but it all depends on what the client's looking for. But like I said, most of our clients, they're just looking for something to have, something nice that's outside where they don't have to, got to clean up the house before, everybody gets here, and I got to clean the house after. They just want somewhere where they can go have a good time. And, something else that, I got to pat myself on the back a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. A lot of our clients have always said, it feels homey. It's a family friendly vibe. We're a family business. It's me and my husband, our kids. So when clients come in, half the time they see all of us. They see everyone is in here. If we're cleaning up between events and a client gets there a little early, they see everyone has a job. Everyone has a job. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a job. And I think it just allows some of the clients to just feel a little bit more comfortable. Because, you don't want to, well, I should say, how you go to some places and you're like, I also pride myself to not feel like it's just a business transaction. Like, oh, hey, here's our venue.
Ooh, let's talk about that though. Let's talk about that though. I got a question for you because a lot of you Black business owners don't get this segment that you brought up, and I love it because I always speak on it. A lot of y'all seeking too many transactions and not enough investments. We're not looking to be in business for a transaction. We need something sustainable, some longevity. So
You
talk to me, what's the difference between a transaction and an investment for you in your from your perspective? I'm taking notes. Let me know.
so I think of myself, we're all clients, and I think about myself when I am, yep, customer service is king. That is right. So when I go into a store, like I said, I went into, what is that store? Not IKEA. Okay, anyway, I can't remember. But anyway, I went into this certain store. I was not greeted at the door, but there was no customers in the store. So
Mm,
I just turned myself back around and walked out. So I pride myself once again, to give customers the feeling where, like, hey, oh, you know what? And again, maybe they could be like, oh, this space, it's okay. But it's the personality, my personality that I'm going to give you. My attention to details of your event. I'm going to want to hear, oh, hey, have you brought your child? Hey, how are you? You have to, I believe, you have to develop some type of relationship with your client. Just this past week, I just sent out, I don't know how many DMs, to some of our past clients. Hey, I'm just checking in. It could be something as simple as locking. So when someone calls, hey, I'm James. I'm calling to get a quote for such and such date. I'm gonna lock James's number in my phone. So when James calls back, hey James, how are you? I said, yeah. I locked your name in my phone when you called. So it's small things such as that. When I say a transaction, I don't want people to feel, I don't want our clients to feel like, I just want your money and then we're done. So
yes.
I'll follow up with you after your event. I'll probably follow up with you maybe like 1 to 2 months after. You also want to send out something. So I think the end of 20, what year are we in? 2022? The end of 2021, I sent out a customer appreciation thank you. Everyone who booked an event, they got a special discount for this year.
Mhm.
But it goes a long way. And word of mouth travels very fast. So, of course, bad news travels faster. But, you know, I think extending my grace, extending great hospitality goes a long way.
I love that, and I think one of the things that we often miss out on too as well is the respect and the loyalty from those clients that we serve, because a lot of people, wonder how they can get to 6, 7, and 8 figures, but if you have brand advocates that really truly respect the service that you have to give, they won't go nowhere else, they won't look anywhere else. So you could have 50 to 100 clients that won't go anywhere but to your venue, and they will never ever doubt the service that they'll get. So I really appreciate, how much time you take into building not only that rapport but that relationship, and I think that definitely transcends, and that really represents how Black American market is building that community and allowing us to feature and highlight amazing Black entrepreneurs like yourself. So how, like, I want to know too, like, how have you been able to just embrace the Black community, the Black entrepreneurs, the just the whole all around just Black ownership that you embody? Like, how have you been able to embrace that and uplift that message of we need to take back ownership of our communities?
Well, I think one way is definitely through, hosting the pop-up shops, on a monthly basis. Like I said, working on creating these business networking, I think, is another great way. But I think one thing I'm really also big on is collaborating. So I think, we always say it's collaboration over competition. I think, definitely in in the Black community, it's sad because there's always someone fighting to get to the top of the top of the jar like the crab. So, and everything doesn't have to be competition. You're gonna eat, I'm gonna eat. I have my clients, you have your clients. Like since we opened up in 2020, there's probably been about, I don't know, 5 to 7 new event venues that have opened up, and it's cool. Because we can all refer clients, to one another. But there are some venue owners, who they,
Mhm.
they don't want to. And that's fine. I'm not going to change who I am, because you don't want to, collaborate. But, I'm trying to give you a little bit more money. So if I give you this person, you can give me this person. But, um, you know, being a business owner has opened my eyes to a lot of things I think I didn't know of when working corporate, because when you work in corporate, I got to get this project done. I got to get this, whatever your role or your task is. And then on the weekends, you're kind of free to do whatever you want, and you're back on Monday. But in entrepreneurship, your mind is constantly going, did I send that email? Did I call this person? Oh, did I send that contract? Did I do this? Like I reached out to a fellow event venue owner about a week and a half ago. And I was like, oh my God, I told her I was going to come visit her space. And I felt bad because I just totally forgot. It slipped my mind.
Yeah.
But um, you know, like I said, I just don't want to be an event venue where we're just hosting these events. I think it's definitely given us an opportunity, and more opportunities to really take the event space and hey, maybe make it like a hub for for the Black community where we can all come together. Hey, maybe we can have bi-weekly workshops, seminars, bring some panelists in and speak on certain topics because it's definitely important.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I was looking through some of the comments, and I saw a question from MB, the life coach, and I'm gonna read it to you. And I would love to get your response or your answer. And it says, "What has been one of your biggest hurdles so far that you have been able to overcome?"
Mm. um,
It's a
I'm gonna
good.
say the beginning. So in the beginning, like I said, being that we moved from Pennsylvania to North Carolina, we opened up this event venue. We're excited. We got the keys, and I'm like, well, wait, how are we gonna market? How are we gonna market the venue? Because all of my, friends and family on IG, Facebook are back at home. So I was like, well, you learn about marketing, in the course, but it's different when I'm not at home. If I was back in Pennsylvania, it'd probably be an easier task for me. So I was like, let me just go to some of like the local Black businesses that I know of and see who they're following, see who's following them. At least someone, a business owner who's worthwhile my time. And I think from there, it just transpired into, it just became something, with no problem now. I think a challenge now that marketing is really not that of an issue in terms of trying to get people to, see momentum and, get the visibility out there is being innovative. Like I said, with so many other venues opening, well, how can customers still, pick me? And, to what you said before, you got to sometimes go back to the repeat customers. Hey,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
if they
And that's
can't,
one of the reasons why I love BAM, right? Because you mentioned it, marketing. You mentioned collaboration over competition, and I've been able to take advantage of the subscription boxes and the memberships, and even now with this partnership that I have with BAM, I wanted to be able to get your feedback on like how being able to put your services and your information in a subscription box that BAM offers. How is that beneficial for you and the transformation that you're trying to create in 2022, like
uh,
being able to get into other companies and other communities?
that would be exciting because I saw the launch of the subscription boxes. So, that would be huge to be able to get our name out there, to, hey, companies, business owners that I may not be able to get to on, on my own. And, visibility, is key, Neo and, pretty much entrepreneurs, if they don't know you, they can't flow with you, so also just a side note back to marketing, I think a lot of times we rely heavily on, again, social media, because that's what I first mentioned. How am I going to market on social media? Well, what do we do before social media? So before
That
social media, door to door.
guerrilla marketing, that's what that's called.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I would definitely love to be in the subscription box. That would be amazing. I think that's it's huge for business owners to be able to market outside of their local area. So congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Congratulations, the black. Clap it up for Black American market. I'm excited to have access to some of these resources, and I want to bring them to you all on a daily basis as I host these lives. And then I wanted to kind of get your insight too on memberships, because I'm a part of a few memberships and communities that I'm able to do things like this. And what I like to say, operate in my zone of genius. I always like to say we listen, learn, and leverage, and that's how we level up. And so, I'm big on analogies. I'm big on words. If you can't tell, my rhetoric tends to be very metaphoric. And so, when I like to take, some of the people that I speak to on a journey with my words, and I believe that when you're able to utilize subscription boxes, and when you're able to utilize memberships, you're able to then have the collaboration, the network, and also the competition that will push you to the next level in the same space, because they want what's best for you. They don't want to take your service away from you. So how can a membership with BAM, or like how can let's say like you joining the community in BAM to the app, or downloading the app, how would that be beneficial for you too? Because I mean, I know that you're doing phenomenal things, and I want to see you level up and continue to grow.
Thank you. So I think, having opportunity to be in the subscription box and just be included in this in the membership would just be super valuable in just networking. You never know who you're going to meet. You could be able to put me on to someone who I didn't know. Someone else in the membership could be able to put me on to someone, oh, like, oh yeah, oh, I have this, I don't know, real estate developer. They do monthly seminars. They're looking for someone in Greensboro.
Exactly, exactly. I was actually thinking about moving to North Carolina. I'm in Maryland right now, the DMV area. And I'm in grad school, and working around the different areas and everything like that. But I do believe in the power of communities, because they enable us to be able to have access to tap into those that have what we might not. And for those of you that are on this live and listening to the replay right now, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And in 2022, we are in the midst of a pandemic that is enabling us to be in front of so many screens. And if you don't know how to navigate technology, that next person to the side of you, to the left of you, to the right of you, they know how to do it, or in front of you. So you got to
Yep.
get these rooms, and I believe that this my this phenomenal app and your phenomenal business have enabled me to learn so much more about how I can be able to be of service and add value. So I really appreciate that. And I wanted to ask you too, because like you dropped a lot of gems. And for those people that are just joining, dropping a lot of comments, shout out to, you all that are joining. What piece of advice would you give someone that's just starting, that wants to get their space, that
Um,
wants to be where you're at?
Ooh. So okay, I like to usually just say, be authentic. Be authentic. I think sometimes, I think we sometimes get definitely very caught up in social media. You see the person, they've hit, well, so you think they've hit their goals, right? They're on the yacht, they're traveling here, they're traveling there, they have this nice house, some materialistic things, or they're doing these workshops, they're very successful. And a lot of times we don't think, how did they get there? All we see is just that part. Um, and I think sometimes, the imposter syndrome, okay, I want to be just like that person. No, you have to be yourself. And that's what's going to pull people and draw people, to you. Um, I mean, personality wise, I always say be authentic. But I think for someone who is looking for their event space, really just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to leave. And this is for any business owner, really, don't be afraid. You just have to just start, so someone who's looking for their event spaces, if you're on the live, go out there on loopnet.com, go on Craigslist, drive around. Also realize not everything is on social media. Just like houses, not everybody posts their, homes for, yep, imposter syndrome.
Well,
Not post their homes, for sale or for rent. So sometimes you may have to do some of the manual work and, get out there.
mm,
Like I said, someone in our Facebook group for the Event Space Secrets, he doesn't have a car. He said he got on his bike and he just drove around the city and he found his space within 3 days. But you have to put the work in. So you have to put the work in. And like I said, someone who's starting out, just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and don't be so quick to share your dreams and your goals with everybody.
oh, I love that. I love that. And I really want to share this with you all, because I always say this to, those that are that know me on my personal page. I always say this, like, you have to be able to internally manifest your dreams and your aspirations before they're externally validated. And
Mm-hmm.
you touched on that right away, because I think so many people attempt to restrict our dreams and aspirations because of the limitations that they've placed on their life, because of the failures, mistakes, or the doubts and the fears that they've had because they've missed out. But
Right.
there's never too late. There's not a right time. It's always about taking imperfect action. And I believe that's what you've done. And that's why you and your family are set up to create and curate that legacy that's going to live beyond and beyond what you could ever imagine. And so I really want to say thank you, because not only have you inspired me, I know you've inspired the people that have dropped by, that are the live, that are watching the replay. And then I know they're dropping gems and fire emojis in the chat and everything. And I see it's going crazy, because I think what you have created is a passive stream of income. You start, you show up, you clean up, and you get paid, and you're able to be able to allow people to rent out the space, but you're maintaining it, and you're allowing those checks to come in each month. And I appreciate how you're doing that, because when you do that and you set it on Copilot, you can be able to allow yourself to just spend more time with family,
Right.
and that ownership back of the time that really matters, which is those seeing your kids play sports, seeing them go to college, seeing them, learn lessons that they never learned. And so I appreciate that. And I want to say thank you so much. And as we wrap up, I just really want to, I love, what month we're in right now, in Women's History Month. So whenever I'm able to, have an IG live interview, and be able to talk to someone like you, I always like to wrap up with a question like this and ask them, like, what does Women's History Month mean to you? And why is it so important to be a woman in business, excelling and thriving and striving, like you mentioned earlier?
Hmm. Women's History Month. I mean, it definitely means a lot of different things, but um, I think from entering, like I said, entering year two into being a business owner, it has definitely shown me that, us women, us Black women are definitely very, very capable, of more than capable, of doing really what it is that we want. I mean, look for how many years, it was mostly the men were and the ones who would take doing the jobs, the women were at home raising the kids. And now, there's a lot of, families say it's the total opposite. The dads are at home, the moms are out there running businesses. And it just proves that, if you definitely set your mind to it, I think you definitely have that support. You're definitely around other like-minded people. That as a woman, there's nothing that's unstoppable. And it's especially for us Black women. So, like I said, I have daughters, I have a son, and I want them to know that, hey, their mom was out here doing it. Uh, she didn't have to work a corporate job. She did this, like you said, passive income.
Uh,
Um, only this the first step. This is only the first step, Um, but yeah, and my mom is on live, so love you, mom. Since it's Women's History Month, I love you.
hey, lit is lit. Lit. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate this time, and I appreciate this space to just be in, this authentic conversation. And I always love to take the time to just learn and listen. And like I said, leverage. I hope you all got that. So I want you to end the live, and I want you to let the people know where they can find you. Of course, you can click this title right here, and I want you all to follow her. She is doing phenomenal things. Definitely look to, if you're in North Carolina, go ahead and cop that venue already. You got a plug right here, Black American Market. We bringing you a plug. So definitely go ahead and let the people know what events you got coming up, what, products you got out. We want to be able to highlight you and your full authenticity. We want to know what you got going on.
Sure. Well, I just want to say thank you guys for having me on here. Business mentor Miss Miyaka is on the live, and I saw that Miyaka actually was the one who did a live with Mariah. I don't know if it was last month or who knows when it was. And she shared the live with me, and that's how I actually came familiar with you guys. So, thank you so much. Oh, yes, thank you. Great Black owned. Thank you, Event Space. um, but just thank you guys for having me. So events. So like I said, we have our monthly pop-up shops. They're the fourth Sunday in every month. It's 2 to 6 p.m. So like I said, go up there to the top, click the drop down arrow, select momentum underscore venue on IG. If you want to click the link in the bio, you can go ahead and register for the pop-up shop.
Directory too. We can find you in the app directory. They can. Yep.
If you find me in the directory as well. And look, for you guys who are on the live, make sure that you make sure that you're following Black American Market as well. Get in that subscription, get in the directory if you have a business. If you don't have a business, get a business. Find something that you can do. And look, there's a whole resource right here, Black
Whole
American.
ebook about how you can get your DUNS number, how you can get all that started, and it's only $8 to $20. We got all the resources and everything you need right here in the Black American Market. You don't need to go. We a one-stop
You
shop.
know, yep, one stop shop. You don't need to go anywhere else. Let's see. Yeah, we have a few business mixes that's coming up. For those businesses that are just starting out, you need help with even if it's like you said, EIN, setting up your DUNS number, whatever it is. But yes, if you have a business, go ahead and click the link in the bio. Monthly pop-up shops are the fourth Sunday. We'd definitely love to have you. Doesn't matter if you just started yesterday. Grab a table, get your stuff out there, and get known. So, but I definitely appreciate you guys. Like I said, we follow here momentum underscore venue on IG. Follow us on Facebook, Momentum Venue. Follow us on TikTok, Momentum Venue. Click the drop down arrow at the top right there.
Yep.
Follow, have you as a follower. So thank you so much. Much appreciated. Yeah, let me get into this membership now.
Hey,
I have
while it lasts, that membership is on fire. I'm telling you, if you on this live, you watching the replay, the membership, the ebook, the subscription boxes, I'm gonna run them down the price ranges for you right now. The subscription box only $60 to $70 now, and the price is going up soon because we adding a lot more value to that. This ebook only $8 to $20 right now. And the price is going up real soon. We running out a lot of those copies right now, and that membership is only $5.99. So you need to get on it. And the app is a free download. It's a free download. Explore. Click that link in the bio too. It don't hurt to do your research. We ain't asking you to invest right now. Do your research, then invest. Cause look, if you ain't doing your research in business, I don't know why you in business. Cause you so like you need to do your research. There's a link there for a reason. Read up on this company. They're a credible company. They know what they're doing. They're a great resource. They're a great portal. If you're in school, if you're in college, you go to a HBCU. We got a tour coming to your city one in April soon. So look, hey, I'm gonna be here every Monday through Thursday, 7:30, interviewing some black excellence, some black power, some black exquisiteness. I'm super excited to have you all up here, and it's just amazing to see the black excellence that's around me. So thank you so much. And I really truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You are
Thank
inspiration.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for your time. Thank you everybody who joined the live. And I just appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Well, you have a great night, and I really appreciate you.
You do the same. Have a good night. Have a good
All
night.
right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.